And so the problem was if you were trying to do this job, and yeah, we go to the silage bunker, and first things first, I have to dump all of the snow out of the cart. Then hopefully we get the cart just starting to load up, so it loads up with the stuff I want in it. And the problem is if you didn't fill the cart 10%, or some amount, I can't remember what it was, it might have been 10% of the cart full or 5% of the cart full or something like that, then the continuing snow would destroy the crop that you were putting in the cart, and you'd end up with the cart filling up with snow more. So you want a cart that has a lid on top that stops the snow getting into it, but you then have to open the lid up, or the cover up, so that, that's weird. There we go. That's weird. Yeah, so you have to be very quick about emptying the cart, uncovering the cart and putting stuff in it. The consequence of the sort of, if you haven't got 10% into the vehicle or into the cart, then it could be replaced by something else. It's something that you can have a problem if you're harvesting, and if you have a harvest header that can pick up grass and wheat, so typically a forage harvester header, and you're trying to harvest the wheat but you keep clipping the grass on the edge of the field, you can end up with the grass taking hold and you lose the stuff. More commonly it would be if you're using a loading wagon and picking up hay and grass, and you pick up 1,000 litres of hay and then you drive over a swath of grass, it'll delete the hay and replace it with grass. So that was the problem we used to have in Farm Sim 17 and 19 with seasons, was you could lose crop to snow. Now once you got the wagon over 10% full, 5%, I can't remember what the percentage was, but once you got a few thousand litres into it, that was it. The load would be fixed as maize silage in this case, and so snow could not replace it. The snow could not settle in the cart because the cart had, configured itself for maize silage. That used to be such a pain, but I don't think this cart will take snow, so I can drive around with no cover on it and it will not collect snow in it. But also, back in Farm Sim 17, sheds would not keep the rain out or the snow out. So what would end up happening is, if you parked a trailer in a shed and you come back in spring, the trailer's full of snow because the snow had fallen and gone through the roof of the shed. So it was always good practice to make sure you cover all of your wagons when you park them over winter, because otherwise you get up in spring and there's a load of snow in the cart. And typically I never bothered moving all tyres. Okay, so the crop isn't at a destructible state. Destructive. The crop is not going to be destructive. It's not going to break things. Well, that was unfortunate. But loader buckets, I'm not sure if I've got any loader buckets on the farm, but potentially they will fill with snow if they're left out in the open. Okay, that should put us up to 20, 30, 40. And I am starting to get a little bit hungry. Can't remember what else we saw was coming up for Farm Sim 25. There's a couple of pictures of you, the player, standing out in a field. So potentially third-person view when not in a vehicle, which could be good. And there is a picture now of an older John Deere, so potentially we might be getting more older equipment, so like we have today. We've got that and that and that. What's that? That's 135 horsepower. Obviously that came out in the Platinum. And there's a couple of medium tractors, things like Massey Ferguson, the old John Deere, the really old John Deere, the Valtra Valmet. So we've got sort of 4 or 5 very old tractors, but it looks like we might be getting a few more, which will be kind of cool, maybe sort of. Okay. Going to take the cart into the shed. We'll check the bearings on the walking floor. Maybe give the Zerian a once over too. Let's have a look. Okay, the Zerian is 800, yeah, we'll do that. And then the Stroutman is 900, yeah, we'll do that. Next service advised in about 5 hours. That might be sooner than I think. Did we get a message saying that the silage clamp was done? Okay, we're back under there. That is completely uncovered, so we want to sell that as fast as possible. Yes, the grass is now ready for sale, so if I look in there, we now have 500,000 pounds of grass silage to sell, and again that's also going to exports. So almost 1 million in silage sales this month. Or this month and next month, the winter of year 4. That's quite impressive. And why we can keep expanding the farm. I could, as I've said, it's actually enough to buy a cow shed if I felt like it. I kind of wasn't planning to do cows, however, a lot of the bakery stuff needs milk. So if I want to make baked goods, having cows, even a small number of cows, it's probably going to be a thing I want to consider. We also need chickens and bees. Still haven't bought the beehives. Should think about that too. So I guess come spring, when the snow melts, we will be looking at a little bit of a spending spree. I'll get that last grass field. I'll get the... Actually, I might buy the little foresty thing before the end of winter. We'll get a log fork for the wheel loader and a logging trailer that I can haul behind a tractor. I can clear out a bunch of trees, and it will be something different to do. I could even lease a big giant log trimming, tree cutting thing instead of using a chainsaw and manually chopping everything. And that wouldn't take me long to chew up all of the trees up there. It's probably only a couple of dozen. Then I should have a look at maybe buying more forestry and chopping down trees for stuff. It's not something I do very frequently. It's not something I would consider that I do Farming Simulator professionally, chopping down trees. Most of my logging is take a chainsaw out, chop down a few trees, cut them to length, load them into a trailer and sell them. And we've been doing that since Farm Sim 17. I remember I had a Valtra T with the BioBelts log fork, and then sort of a 10-wheel truck. I think you can still get those, or not. Maybe it's in forestry machines. Yeah, something like that without the crane on the back and with an extra trailer to go with. And that was how I did the things. We killed 5 forests and replanted them on law folds. That was kind of fun. And it gave me something to do at winter. That farm didn't really run. It ran silage, but the silage was primarily for the cows. Here we'll probably be able to run silage. I would have to see. We would need to keep some of the maize silage and grass silage around so I can create a mix for the cows, and then see how much 30-40 cows takes in TMR over the course of a year, and I have to make sure I keep that much silage on hand. but then there's nothing stopping me selling all the excess. I'm also not sure what we feed chickens and pigs and sheep with maize plus loaded. Okay, 57, 67, 74, 84, 91. So let's do 2 more loads and we'll call it for the week. I will go and get myself some food and maybe I'll stream some Railroader this afternoon. I don't know. It's sort of mulling a thought as opposed to, yeah, let's do it. So I might stream later today because nobody's here. It's a nice quiet house. Or I might lie down and relax, or who knows, I might do other things. I might do things that don't involve power tools. Or worrying bees. $75, 80, 592. Well, I'm driving into the field. I should not do that. It's still snowing. I didn't check what price grass silage is going for compared with best price. Also didn't check if maize silage is holding its price either. So let's do that. How's about? No, that's not the thing. That's the thing. Maize silage 306, current price is still 310 at export, so I think we're doing okay there. And grass silage is right there. Best price is 307. Current price is 309. So not quite so good. But best price for grass silage is December, not January. Well, that's unfortunate. What other things did I want to sell? I checked the pricing on silage, and I don't want to buy anything. I do now have lots and lots of money. Yeah, field prices are too costly at the moment. If I get to, is it $500,000 off? That's what I wanted to check. Not that. Construction. No. Construction. Sheds. Production, animals. So that's cows small. So it's only $500,000 for that shed. I'm not going with a robot feeder, so Glenleathann, yeah. That allows 1,000 cows. That only allows 45. Correction, 80. but also that has a bigger feed trough as well. Okay. So it's only $500,000 for a cowshed. I keep thinking it's $750,000, but I can't use the robot mixer. Primarily, the robot mixer uses whole crop silage, and that would involve me foraging barley in order to fill up the robot feeder. So just not having it, just have a mixer and use one of the mixing recipes to produce food for the cows. I then have the freedom of using maize silage, grass silage, beet pulp. Yeah, there's lots of things you can mix together to make the various TMRs. The TMRs are all functionally identical. It's just that you can use different stuff to make them, or make it. Okay, I'm going one more load, and that'll get us to 300,000 money. Us over 300,000 money, and I'm going to have lunch. So probably during this week I'm going to spend some time unloading the maize silage bunker, possibly even the grass silage bunker. Come on. That way we don't have to sit through this anymore. And then move on to spring. Once spring has sprung, whoa, mind out dears. The snow will melt, and we'll need to get back out into the fields with the fertilizer sprayer to fertilize the grass. Although, as I said, I might consider looking at some logging tools, even if it's just a logging trailer and forks for the wheel loader. And we can clear out some of those trees up west of the big giant field that we have now. And then that will be something different. I might cut enough trees to do 2 or 3 truckloads to the sawmill and then call it a day for that. And we can extend into spring after that. But it will be a thing I can do to fill in time that's not doing what I'm always doing. I don't have any straw. I don't have any straw storage. Ooh. So I'm going to have to think about straw storage as well. Because that will be a good thing. We can give the cows some bedding at that point. But just having a cow, I can do a cow shed. I could buy TMR for a few months. probably won't buy cows until the sunrise. Actually, we've got we can actually feed the cows grass because they can what's the word for it? Eat grass. Grazing. But I can cut the grass, I can grab it in the loading wagon, and I can dump that throughout spring and summer. So I just have to wait until grass grows again in spring before I consider buying any cows. Okay, that puts us to 300,000. Let's do this. I am lit up like a Christmas tree. Let's put the standard driving lights on. Okay, I think I'm going to call it here. I need some food. The sun is probably on its way down now because it's past midday. And as I said, yes, we have a lot of silage to sell, but should we check on that? Blah, 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 blah. That one there. We have 1.3, 1.4 million litres of maize silage still to sell, which is going to be worth 433,000 still to make. So we've still got 1 million between the two silage banks. Yeah, but we'll be back next week with not selling silage. That much I will guarantee. We will not be selling silage next week. And if we do, it'll be 2 carts, the last 2 carts of grass silage. But for now, I wish you all a good week. Have a good weekend. And I'm out of here. Have fun, everyone. Bye. Boo. No.